got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though, ambition, flow inside my DNA. I was born like this, and born like this.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we have two of the most complete linebackers in the NFL on the field. It's Navarro Bowman going up against Bobby Wagner. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And hello again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden here in the booth. And, Chuck, you take a look at this matchup. I don't know if it's going to be one in the trenches from the quarterbacks out, whatever. It's going to be a good game.
Oh, without a doubt. I can't wait to see the big fellas have an impact. We're always spotlighting those wide receivers and quarterbacks and running backs and even the defensive backs. But the big guys, I can't wait to see which one tilts the balance for their team.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
One of the more cerebral quarterbacks in the NFL, analyzes situations, watches a ton of tape, adapts his game to whatever is presented in front of him. And despite the fact he's been in the league for 6 years, the future is still bright for Russell Wilson.
Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. CD, want to get your thoughts on the O-line situation for the Seahawks as we take a look at their starting 11, because George Fant got injured. That group up front, how are they going to be this year?
They expect to be better and improved over 2016. They count on coaching a great deal. They believe they have one of the better offensive line coaches in the game. But talent, that trumps everything. And George Fant was really starting to come along at left tackle. With his injury, are they going to move Reese Odiambo out there? Are they going to take Luke Jokel, who they brought in the offseason, and to play at guard? Are they going to move him to left tackle? They have to make some decisions because they have to keep Russell Wilson protected.
His throw incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down. This unit, the San Francisco defense, lost one of their big signees August 5th. Malcolm Smith, linebacker, out with a torn pec. He was in year 1 of a 5-year deal. A big blow to them.
It is, because Malcolm Smith provides excellent leadership as well as good play, but that also points back to their draft. They picked Reuben Foster out of Alabama. He'll fill in that role and play it very, very well. That's why they selected him. So look for the San Francisco 49ers, even without Smith, to have a nice little upgrade in the middle.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to let this one go. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
If post pattern is often equated as a change-up route, how about when you throw it to your big guy down the center of the field? Covered or not, you have great confidence he's going to come down with the football. And when he does, as we just saw, long gains off. result.
So we've got a challenge forthcoming here. And new this year, the ref will no longer go to a monitor on the sideline. He'll have a tablet brought out directly to him on the field.
Yeah, and that should move things along a little bit quicker. He doesn't have to run all the way over, go under the hood as he used to, and come out and render a decision. Talk directly with New York, looking at the tablet, and reach a final call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They go again with Rawls. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They go play action with Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eli Harold coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Now John Ryan, 12th year in the league, on to punt it away. Jeremy Curley is deep to return for the 49ers. Yeah, this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. This is Brian Hoyer leading him out there, a 9th-year quarterback from Michigan State.
Played in a very run-heavy offense at Michigan State. Really wasn't allowed to be a featured passer, but really worked hard in the NFL. Undrafted as a free agent, found his way in the league, and continued to get better and better. A 16-15 career record as a starter heading into 2017.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And a quick look now at the offense for the 49ers.
Head coach Kyle Shanahan will bring a brand new look to the offense for San Francisco in 2017. They will rely much more on a zone blocking scheme, better timing patterns downfield, and the quarterback has some mobility both in and out of the pocket in order to try and improve on a 31st ranking in 2016.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. Hoyer. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And a look at Seattle's defense.
Some players may change, some coaches may change, but head coach Pete Carroll is still there, which means that Seattle's defense is always going to be a threat to be the top-ranked defense in the NFL. They ranked number 5 in 2016, and they continue to do it with a tremendous secondary and great pass rushers up front, able to utilize their skills to create matchup problems for offenses.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Hoyer off the play fake for Williams. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cliff Averill coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And his third year on is the punter Bradley Pinion to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. Skirts by him at the 35. Still fighting for more. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. They start on the ground with Rawls. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now Wilson on 1st down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On the ground, Rawls. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Thomas Rawls taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Thomas Rawls who finishes it off with a touchdown run. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here's Hoyer. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
General consensus that Brian Hoyer was acquired by San Francisco to be a one-year solution at quarterback. I know Brian, he looks at it as a long-term solution.
He wants to complete passes like that and say, I'm no stopgap. I'm here to stay, right? So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. First down, a run with Hyde. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. They'll go play action with Hyde. Now it's Hoyer rolling to his right. And he whips that one incomplete there. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Now Hoyer. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive begins with a run by Rawls. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And ready now for 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. They've got his man complete. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back to Seattle right after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Wilson going to give to Rawls. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
They go read option with Wilson. Gets past him at the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson, 28 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that come.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of it? Being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly
He's
didn't
lost.
work. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Extra point try now for Walsh. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Second down, Hyde. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. They'll look to throw here. And he fires one, but incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught, They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Out to the right here to Wilson. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. A play fake to Hyde. Now it's Hoyer. It's complete to Jeremy Curley. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Goodwin. A good pickup there at 22. minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And a 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. On 4th down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Robbie Gould puts another 3 on the board. 11 years in Chicago, all-time leading scorer for the Bears. Then he had 10 games with the Giants in 2016. Now he takes over for Phil Dawson in San Francisco. You ever met Robbie?
I have not. Good guy?
Good guy. He came to a studio I was working one time and actually kicked one over the building.
How about that? And he, quite an interesting story going from Chicago all those years, then New York quickly, and now all the way on the other coast to San Fran. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. We get a look now at the 49ers defense as they get into position. They're just looking to duplicate what they did last time, force the 3 and out, and that led to a field goal.
The only thing better, really, is creating a turnover. 3 and out, get off the field, feel good about yourself, turn the ball over to your offense, and then put the ball through the post with a field goal.
They're probably pretty well rested after that 3 and out, too.
One would think. That's how you get it done. Create the 3 and outs, get to the bench, get your rest, and hope your offense can control the game.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Jimmy Graham had a really tough injury in 2015 that ended his season, but what a bounce back in 2016. How did he not get any votes for Comeback Player of the Year?
I was just going to ask you that. Not that Jordy Nelson wasn't deserving, but 65 catches, 923 yards. That was the highest total by a tight end in Seahawk history.
And I think there's a chance that both of those numbers will increase in 2017.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. That's complete right around the 8. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Again, Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jimmy Graham, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Walsh now for the PAT. And it's 21-3. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Seattle defense getting set to go. A field goal last time is what they gave up in a close game. All these drives start to feel so critical.
And they are. And, you know, we've met so many defensive coordinators who just really hate the bend but don't break mentality. They're much more of the aggressive school. But that mentality has won a lot of games. If you're only giving up field goals on drives, that usually keeps you in it and gives your offense a chance to retaliate.
Yeah, and right now it's got them with the lead. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. They go screen pass to Hyde. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
What we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. They'll look to throw here on first down. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half.
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get to the highlights. The Seahawks are simply running the show in the first half. They've controlled the game and are way out in front. The 49ers will have to make some adjustments before the second half gets underway. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Midway through the first, Rawls is going to look for a gap, and this two-play drive goes for a TD as they get out to a 7-0 lead. Seahawks ball early in the second. Wilson's going to show off his strength, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone. That puts them on top by 14. Late in the second, Wilson's got the completion here, and that is a house call. That takes the lead up to 18. Still late in the first half, under pressure here, and the ball is picked off. Thomas is going to turn it around for a TD. The Seahawks up now by 25. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out comes Brian Hoyer in the offense to take over. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet, right at the 20. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Cliff Averill in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Snags it for the pick, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you're rebuilding, we know you got to hit it big in the draft, but you also want to acquire free agents. They're going to really set the tone for your team. Pierre Garçon had some history with head coach Kyle Shanahan previously. I think that's why they picked him up.
He's got great history in this league, of course, starting with the Colts, then the Redskins, now the Niners. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
3 yards remaining here on 2nd down.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right. Here we go now.
Hoyer. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 52 yards. And the 49ers get a score closer. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And he gets it to go to make this a 35-10 score now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 19. Doug Baldwin and company getting ready to go again on offense. And we roll tape now on his solid performance.
And what we've been seeing so far is a great combination of finesse and aggressiveness in running his routes and making plays. That's what you want in any type of a receiver. The guy knows exactly what to do on a given play and ends up making the plays that help your team win.
First down, this is Rawls. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd down and 4. They stay on the ground. Rawls again. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And now running right through it. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Following the penalty, it's Rawls. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
On second down, Rawls. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Extra point try now for Walsh. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Seven yards to go on second down.
Now let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The Niners on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Here's Hoyer. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Cliff Averill in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
You're not you when you're losing. Snickers satisfies.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall around the 37. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit. Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. They give him a gain of 37. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Wilson, a give to Rolls. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. The busy afternoon continues for Rawls. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's Thomas Rawls who finishes it off with a touchdown run. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Partner, you heard the whispers in 2016. You heard that maybe Richard Sherman's a little vulnerable out there on the corner, didn't you?
Well, if I'm playing against him at any point in the year, I don't want to give Richard Sherman any extra incentive or fuel to be motivated. No,
he doesn't really need it. This is one of the more intelligent guys playing the corner in the NFL, and has shown up in his play throughout his career.
They'll run with Rawls. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. 2nd and just 1. Here's Rawls. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Calling a gain is 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Wilson going to hand it to Procise. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cliff Averill able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now Hoyer. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.